So one reason that my life is an unbearable hell is that the things that I like are like a laser pointer. And when I want something super specific. And any deviation of 1 degree from that is not acceptable. Doesn't do anything for me. So today, I came out to 7-Eleven to buy a fucking mint chocolate ice cream. And I looked inside the ice cream box and couldn't find it. So I called the girl who was working there, and she also couldn't find it. But she showed me that if you lift some compartments that usually are buried underneath the ice creams, if you lift those things, there's more ice creams inside. But there were a total of, say, 15 different compartments stuck in there because they're just barely small enough to fit. And plus the box cover doesn't stay closed, so it keeps closing on your hands. So I'm deterred because today I wanted a mint chocolate ice cream. I didn't want a chocolate ice cream or a vanilla ice cream or anything else. I just want a mint chocolate. End of story, period. So another guy came along and he started methodically lifting each of the compartments. And he did one and the other one and the other one. Then there was another layer underneath. And so there were a total of 3 layers times 15 compartments. And by the time he reached the last 1 or 2 compartments, I was like, they don't have it. What are the chances? We already lifted all of them. And evidently they ran out. I'm not the only one who likes mint and chocolate, evidently. But then, a sudden plot twist. He lifted the last compartment on the lowest level, and it was full of exactly the ice cream that I was looking for. Which I was quite happy. I gave him a nice strong pat on the back, and he was smiling. He was happy as well. And the girl got taught a lesson now, because you see that if you look for stuff, it's there. But more than that, I realized I just witnessed an evolution. Fuck am I even saying? Let me eat this shit before it melts in my hands. I just witnessed a genuine, evolutionarily ancient human interaction of the type that we're supposed to have with each other. Not the kind of bullshit that goes on today that people buy your shit online and you don't even know who they are. There was a problem, and this guy solved it. And then all of a sudden, the vibe was extremely positive, and he was the hero because he found the ice cream after all that work. And the girl was smiling as well. Maybe he gets laid tonight. Hope he does. But see, if you can see a pattern behind every event, you never need to be taught anything. If you can be like this for your clients, the person who removes the pain, the person who turns no into yes, the person who restores hope, the person who saves the day, then you can have an emotional impact because you're dealing with humans. And if you have an emotional impact, You have no competitors. If the next time everyone has mint ice cream and this guy starts selling them for twice as much, I'd still go to his shop. Because he showed me that he has the balls, that he's a man. And when there's a problem, he fixes it. So I want to reward that. Just irrationally, out of an emotional drive for there to be something that has an emotional value in this world where normally there is none. And think of what kind of situation this occurred in. A situation in which this guy is just like, a slave monkey locked in there day in and day out. And I'm just, here depressed about my own things and like a rag thrown on the floor after working my ass off all day and sleepy. In the middle of the worst possible situation because the circumstances were of the right shape, of the right type. They engaged human emotion in a meaningful way. So the things I want to show with this are two. First, that if you're just after profit, to be the person who shows that they're making an effort. They don't just say, oh no, it's not possible, but works with it until it's fucking done. There you go. That's your ice cream. 45th fucking compartments. Found it. Then you can, of course, gain a very loyal customer, but from the other perspective as well, from what you get for it, because it doesn't matter what you do for a living, even if you research something really, really interesting, most of it, as Einstein said, is perspiration. It's just boring fucking shit that you have to do from day to day. And to experience this kind of situation where you're actually having human value because of your work, like that you saved someone, even on a really small thing like an ice cream, it doesn't matter. That's still so much more than people ever have the chance of getting, that I think you can have a completely different relationship with your profession by being like that. So this, I thought, was something that belongs in the business psychology series, because it's very orthogonal to everything that you're hearing everywhere else. And it's not about a trick, it's not about a gimmick, but it's about making a world that has become completely impersonal back into something personal. To not make it about the money or about the ice cream, but to make it about an event. Like this guy did that or fixed that or managed, and there was a story behind that. First we couldn't find it, and then he looked, and then he found it, and then we're all smiling. That kind of story brings this tedious, obnoxious world of nothingness, of work, of making these food tokens that we call dollars, brings that back into a human kind of landscape, or mindscape rather, which is the mindscape that your brain was designed to operate in. And your brain wasn't designed to be bored all the time, or to have to fight uphill, or to have to take business lessons. It was designed to take pleasure in things that are good for you and pain from things that are bad for you. And it's not the case anymore. But you can tweak that just a little bit by following this principle of being the person who saves the day. And whether the task is big or small, people aren't used to that. So even if you just found an ice cream, you're the hero of the evening. And that's all for today.